Hello, everybody, and welcome to week 4 of EDT 315. Believe it or not, we are at the halfway point already. Things are rolling along, and the end of the semester is going to be on us before we know it. This week is the second of 2 weeks focusing on interactive technology. Last week, the focus was on using presentation software like PowerPoint or Google Slides, but really looking to use it not just as a passive presentation tool, but looking at ways to get interactivity built into those tools so that students are not just watching a presentation, they are actually participating with it. So this week, the focus is going to continue that theme on interactive technology. What we're going to be looking at this week is essentially what many people might call Web 2.0 or interactive web, but basically looking at tools that are available through websites. Most of these do not require software downloads or anything like that. They are just websites that have interactivity built into them where the users can actually create content through the web tool. So we'll be taking a look at a range of those, and you'll be looking for ways to incorporate at least one of them into your lesson plan projects, and also looking maybe outside of the ones that I present this week to locate some other web resources that might be useful for you or for other students in the class. So as always, what I've done is kind of broken this down into some subtopics. The first three are going to look at some specific pieces of interactive technology. The first one is something called Play Pause It, which allows you to take existing video content and make it interactive by adding in questions, pauses, polls, things like that, so that as a student's watching a video, they have to then interact with the video as it goes. It can ask them questions about what they just saw or things like that. So it's a really interesting kind of combination of taking a passive technology and layering it with something that makes it a lot more interactive. So I've got general information here and some information on like how to incorporate it into a lesson plan. So that is the first of the technologies. The second takes a look at audio, and actually two pieces of software in this case, one called Twisted Wave, which is a strictly online web-based audio editor, and then Soundtrap, which is a little more full-fledged digital audio workstation that is also web-based. So if you're looking for either a way for you to create audio content or looking for ways, platforms where your students can create audio content, that gives a couple of options there. And then the third area is sort of in gamification, and this has become another really popular approach in classrooms with technology, but using technology to help turn a normal activity into something more like a game type of activity. Kahoot definitely has become the one that most people know about. It allows you to set up very quick kind of quiz show types of scenarios, and students click on their right answers, and then they earn points depending on how fast they clicked on the right answer and so on. So we take a look at that. And also another one called Blookit. And this one is a lot like Kahoot. It's got some additional features built in, which, you know, if your students have gotten bored with Kahoot, maybe Blookit would be another one to take a look at. But again, very similar in that they are both platforms that allow you to sort of quiz your students with questions, but in a way that's a little bit more game-like and a little bit less like a question and answer. So some information about those. So what I want to say about all of these is you do not have to become experts on all of them. I would ask you to at least introduce yourself to each of these technologies. There's 5 of them here. But you are not going to be asked to create something in all 5 of them this week. You're going to be picking one of them to explore a little bit more. So as you go through them, if you see one that's sort of a natural fit for the direction that your lesson plan project is going in, then you might want to explore that one a little further and use it to create an activity for your lesson plan that your students will engage with. So the actual assignment related to all this has kind of 3 different prongs. One of them is the actual interactive app. So there's 5 of them that are available. and you're going to pick one of the five and build something using it for your lesson plan. And then I want you to find a second place in your lesson plan where an interactive app might be useful. But I want you to find something outside of these five. So it could be something that you've used before, or just going out there and searching in your content area and seeing if there's some resource online that's an interactive activity of some kind that could work for your students. So for your lesson plan, you're going to be incorporating two interactive activities, one using one of the five apps from this week and one using an app that you locate. Second part is to actually get those into your lesson plans and especially into your Google Classroom websites. Remember, the Google Classrooms are designed to be, the way that your student can learn from the lesson or complete the lesson, even if they're not there in the classroom with you. So you want to incorporate these interactive activities somehow as links or as embedded activities into your Google Classroom. And then the third prong for the homework is a discussion forum. And for this, I want you to focus on that second app, the one that you located. And I want you to do a little write-up about it. And what that's going to do is help us create kind of a little glossary of interactive apps that are out there in this discussion forum. So maybe if another student is trying to find something and they see something that you've posted about an app you've used, they might look at it and say, oh yeah, that would be a great fit for what I'm trying to do. So that's kind of the third part. So two activities in your lesson plan, figure out what they are, what apps you're using, get them built, get them into your Google Classroom, and then write up the second of the two, not the one that came from mine, but the one that you located for yourself. And in terms of the interactive app upload, when you've completed the app assignment, this is where whatever you've built in your interactive apps, this is where you will be uploading either links or um, embedding or whatnot for that. So that is really the scope of this week. It's all about continuing to focus on this idea of interactive technologies and finding ways to engage students through technology in your classes through whatever content you are teaching. As always, reach out with questions, and I will get this up and posted and maybe see some of you Monday evening at 7:20 if you want to drop by for questions. But if not, I will also get this posted. All right, thank you, and enjoy week number 4.